Good evening, everyone. Just let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation. I will just keep the chat box over here so I can read your messages. So again, a very good evening. Yeah. Thank you, Rachna. Thank you, Sai. Yes. Yes. We will discuss that as well, Dev. Dev. Just let me know before starting the session. I would like to know about your graduation batch. I will just keep it. Yes, your graduation batch like 2023, 24, 25, or maybe previous batches. So accordingly, we can have a discussion. Yes. Let me just keep the chat box over here so I can read your messages. Just give me a moment. Okay. Yes, okay. 2024, some students are from 2024, 2022 as well. Okay. Got it. Now, this particular initiative we have planned just to have weekly discussion with all the students. So whatever general queries you may have about placement, we'll be discussing that. Maybe about internship, we'll be discussing that as well. Okay. And we'll try to take some topic on which we will keep a discussion. For example, today we are going to have along with your queries, we are going to discuss about the personal interview introduction or technical interview introduction as well. Okay. So right now we have mix of students. Some students belong to 2024, some belong to 2023. A few are from 2022 and 2025 as well. Okay, so I would try to keep it like a common session, so everyone will get idea about it. Okay, so I guess initially I will start with the introduce yourself question, and then later on whatever questions you are having, we will start taking it. Okay, now everyone, I would like to ask you one question. Have you prepared answer for introduce yourself question which you are going to face during interviews? Yes. Have you prepared your answer for introduction? You can tell in the chat box yes, no. So suppose the interviewer asks you about, can you introduce yourself or start with your introduction? How many of you are completely ready and confident with your answer? Yes, you can tell me in the chat box. Usually there is 10 to 15 seconds delay between Zoom and YouTube. So I'll be waiting for it. Okay, some students have said yes. Okay, now okay, some students have not created that answer as well. Okay, we will discuss it. Don't worry about it. Now, first what I will do, let us discuss about introduction part considering the personal interview. Okay, now one thing you need to understand, guys, whenever you are giving answers for the personal interview, like the questions are related to your personality, right? So you cannot say whether the answer is completely correct or incorrect. So there is not a fixed formula that you need to give answers in such a way. So your introduction maybe can be like bit different than what I'm going to say. Okay, but ultimately if you are able to cover the important points in the introduction, then it is going to be sufficient. Okay, so let us check. I have created some list which points you should mention, and then we will have a discussion about it. Okay, so let us start discussion about introduce yourself question during the interviews. Now, as you know, 80% of the time, this is going to be the first question that interviewer is going to ask you. Now, what is the reason behind asking this particular question? Now, some of you may feel that, okay, they want to have more idea about that particular candidate. That is the reason interviewer is asking this question. Yes, that is right. But there is one more reason why interviewer usually starts the interview with this question. Can you tell me the reason? What is the reason why interviewer starts usually with this question maximum number of times? Yes, you can tell me in the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. Why interviewer starts with introduce yourself question most like maximum times. If you're comfortable with Hindi, you can give me answer in Hindi as well. Hindi and English, I'm comfortable with both. Okay. Okay, so I will tell you the reason why usually interviewer starts with this question. Interviewer wants, okay, Rachna is saying about the communication skills. Yes, definitely. He or she is going to check your communication skills through all the questions that you are going to face during the interviews. Confidence level, okay, Reddy is saying confidence level, definitely. But I would like to ask you, anyhow, confidence level can be checked using different other questions as well, right? Why most of the interviews start with introduce yourself? How much you know about yourself, Mansi is saying, okay, but that like he or she, that particular interviewer can ask about other questions as well, right? To check the communication skills, to check the how confident we are. Okay, Sai. Now, overall, your answers are correct. But there is one more reason why interviewer is asking you this particular question. That reason is interviewer wants to make sure you are comfortable during that interview. Usually what happens whenever you enter into the interview room or whenever you are starting with your actual maybe online interview as well, okay, at that time candidates are usually nervous, so it may happen you are not able to perform up to the best level. So interviewers, what they try to do, they try to make you comfortable during that particular interview. And what can be the easiest question according to them, okay, is like introduce yourself. So Harshal is saying correct. Okay, so to make yourself comfortable during that particular interview, that is the reason the interviewers usually ask this question. But what happens many times, students do not prepare enough for this particular question. They take this question lightly, they do not prepare for the answers. So you need to understand, for example, I am saying if your interview is going to happen only for 5 to 10 minutes, if there is not much time available for the interviewer, whatever you are going to say at the start, it is going to create impression. So whether it is a positive impression or negative impression, it depends on your answer. So suppose the time is less, what you need to ensure during your answer of personal introduction or basically introduce yourself, you need to make sure you are able to showcase your all-rounder profile, like you're good at different skill sets that you need to tell. And that is how we are going to prepare this answer as well. Okay, so I will go to the next slide. Okay, now what are the things that you need to add for the personal interview introduction? Okay, I will first focus on the basic things. Now, which are the basic things, guys? Your name, like I am XYZ, your native place, maybe I belong to whatever city, town, village you belong to, you can mention. Your college name is also important, your branch name is important, and your university name is important. Now, you need to understand, suppose some on-campus companies are visiting your college, like there is a specific company which is visiting only your college. During that interview, you don't need to tell university name or college name, because anyhow that company is specific to your college only. But whenever you go to off campus, or whenever there are multiple colleges involved in that particular campus drive, at that time you should mention your college name, branch name, and university name. So these five are like basic details that you need to tell. Also, what you can do whenever you are telling about the native place, and if your native place is like famous for something, you can add some like points for that. Maybe like if you're from, just giving example, maybe if you're from Jaipur, maybe you can mention like I am from Pink City. Or maybe if you're from Nagpur, maybe you can mention like I am from the Orange City of India. So anything which is like famous for your city, that you can mention. If it is not having any famous thing, maybe you can skip that part. But whatever you feel that differentiates your city, if possible, add that to your answer. So that will make your answer more interesting. Okay, apart from that, college, branch, and university name will be like a normal thing. Now next points are important, guys. As I mentioned earlier, you need to make sure your answer gives that interviewer idea that you are all-rounder kind of person. So I would like to ask you one thing, everyone. If I want to find out the skills of candidate, which demonstrates that candidate is all-rounder candidate, okay, can you tell me which skills I will prefer? In 1 minute, if I want to identify the skills of candidate, as an interviewer, which skills you will look at? Can you tell me in the chat box? which different skills can give you idea whether the candidate is all-rounder candidate, having different kind of that candidate can work in different situations. Can you tell me in the chat box? Yes, I will wait for 15-20 seconds. Yes. Which skills you will prefer? Okay, if you are an interviewer, which skills you will look in that particular candidate? Maybe top 3, top 4 skills you can mention. Okay, waiting for your answers, guys. As I mentioned, there is 10 to 15 seconds delay between YouTube and Zoom, so I need to wait. Okay. Okay, so Reddy is saying vocabulary, pronunciation. Okay. Yes. Any other skills? Everyone can mention, maybe those who are attending: Rachna, Mansi, Sai, Arushi, Harshal, Shikha. Yes. Confidence. Okay. Yes, Sharvari. Which are the top skills you will look into that particular candidate? Okay, I will continue now. Okay. Now, if you check, if I want to select one particular candidate, yes, Devman is saying technical as well as soft skills. That is correct. Communication skills is also correct. Okay. Now, if you want to hire any candidate, which skills you will look at? First is technical skills, obviously, because that candidate needs to work for your projects. Okay. Second is communication skills. That is also correct. And third is like team skills, or you can say maybe organization skills. So how that particular candidate is going to work in different conditions or with different teammates, that is also important. Sai has also given good answer over here. Okay. Now what you need to do, guys, whenever, please listen to me very carefully. Whenever you are preparing your answer for the personal interview, introduce yourself question, make sure you add these points. One point should be related to your technical skills. So in your introduction, there should be some point which demonstrates your technical skills. How to do that, I will mention in some time. One point should be related to your team skills, and one point should be related to your communication skills. Okay. Now let us check which points you can mention. Okay. For technical skills, either you can mention about your internship, or you can mention about your certifications, or maybe projects, or if you have if you're a topper of your class, if you have consistently got good marks in academics, you can mention that. So there are different points that can demonstrate your technical skill. So in your introduction, there should be some point where it shows your technical skills, whether it is through internship, or maybe through certification, maybe through project, maybe through paper presentation. Okay. Or maybe through your marks, you need to mention that. Regarding team skills, you need to mention one point related to team skill, like maybe you're a part of some committee, like college level or maybe department level committee where you organize the events. Maybe you're part of cultural committee, maybe NSS committee, maybe IST committee, maybe sports committee, whatever committee. Okay. Ultimately, your interviewer should get idea that you are a part of some teams where you organize different kind of events. So that shows your team skills. And next point will be related to communication skills. Now, definitely, guys, you need to understand whenever you are going to speak or whenever you are going to answer during interview, interviewer is going to understand that whether you have good communication skills or not. But still, I want you to put some point related to communication skill. Now, what point that can be? One point you can say maybe seminars. If you have delivered some seminar during any paper presentation competition, you can mention that. If you are a part of anchoring team of your college, maybe for official, non-official events, you can mention that as well. Even one thing I would like to tell those students who have not delivered any seminar so far, maybe during first year, second year, third year, what you can do, interviewer is not going to ask you, basically interviewer is not going to ask you whether you have certificate of that seminar or not. He or she is going to ask you about the content. So what you can do, those students who do not have anything to showcase for the seminars, make sure you mention during the interview that I have delivered a seminar on maybe XYZ topic to my junior students or to my classmates. So for that, they are not going to ask you any certificate. For that, they are going to ask you maybe what content you covered into that particular seminar. So ultimately, having some point where you can showcase your communication skills is important. Okay. So I hope everyone has got the idea. Nikhil, we will discuss that as well, related to interview part. Okay. So is everyone clear? In your introduction, there should be 1 point for technical, 1 point for team skills, and 1 point for communication. Now, how much duration, for how much duration you can give answer for your introduction? Your introduction should be around 60 to 90 seconds, not more than that. Okay. If you stretch too much, above 90 seconds, then interviewer will start losing interest. Okay. And then there won't be anything to ask you after that particular introduce yourself question. Okay. So your introduction should be around 60 to 90 seconds max. Okay. Not more than that. Please do not keep introduction too short, like only 20 seconds or 30 seconds. I have seen some students whenever we take mock interviews for our students. Okay. So what some of the students say, if they don't know how to introduce, they just come, they mention about the college name, branch name, and they mention about the native place. That's it. With such short introduction, you are not going to impress that interviewer. Okay. So you need to prepare really well for this particular answer. Now, apart from this, there are some other points also you can mention, but these points are optional. Let me tell you. Okay. One thing is about hobby. I will just put all the points and then I will mention. Second is strength or skills, designation you are holding. Okay. Achievements. Now, as I have mentioned, the introduction should be around 60 to 90 seconds. If you mention hobbies, strength, achievements, each and everything, then definitely your introduction will go about 3 minutes or 4 minutes. You do not need to mention each and every point that I have mentioned on the slide right now. You need to pick the priority. So maybe suppose if you have really good achievements, then you can give priority to achievements. Suppose anyhow your introduction by mentioning these points, it is going around 60 to 90 seconds, then you can skip your strengths, you can skip your hobbies. But suppose if you do not have anything to say during the interviews, in that case, you can use these points. Either you can mention hobbies in short or maybe strengths in short. Okay. Designation you are holding is like telling the interviewer that you have good leadership skills as well. So maybe if you are a president, vice president, or maybe treasurer, secretary, CR, LR, whatever post you have got maybe from the first year of engineering to the final year. Okay. If you want, you can mention that. And along with that, you can mention right now, I'm giving example. Okay. I'm just giving example. Right now, I'm working as a president of IST committee for my college. Along with my team members, we have organized different events. Like national level events where we conducted competitions for paper presentation and project presentation. That has helped me to understand how I need to manage my team and how I need to be flexible while working with different teams. So this kind of answer will give the interviewer idea about the team skill, about the leadership skill as well, where you are mentioning about the designation. Achievements, that can be like anything, maybe your hacker rank, maybe your star rating, maybe you have got some award from your college, you can mention that as well. Okay. Family background. Sometimes I have seen some students mention family background during personal interview. Okay. To be honest, personally, I don't recommend family background related points in the introduction part. Later on, interviewer may ask you separately, tell me about your family background. You can answer that. But why I do not usually recommend family background points in the personal interview? Because anyhow, you have only 60 to 90 seconds for the introduction part, right? In 60 to 90 seconds, if you start mentioning about your family, already your 20 seconds will go into those points only. And other points will have only 40 or 60 seconds. So family background is not going to put any kind of impression as such, right? So rather than that, focus on your achievements, focus on your technical skills, team skills, communication skills. Later on, if interviewer wants to ask that question, he or she will ask you, and at that time you can answer in detail. I hope you are able to understand what I'm saying. Okay. But suppose if you do not have any points to tell for 60 to 90 seconds, then in that case only you can use the family background. I hope this particular point is clear. Okay. And now last point is attractive end. Can you tell me what do I mean by attractive end? In the comment section, I will wait for 15-20 seconds. I have mentioned like attractive end, and why I have mentioned that. Can you tell me in the chat box? I will wait for your answer. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So what is the meaning of attractive end for the introduction part in personal interview? Why I have mentioned that? Yes. Whatever thoughts come to your mind, you can mention that into the chat box. Okay. Don't worry about your answers. Something different from others. Okay, Mansi. Yes, yes, yes. Thanking interviewer for giving the chance to introduce ourselves. Yes, that's right. We will discuss about it, Devmani. Yes. Basically, thanking interviewer, you can do that at the start as well. Okay, whenever you are starting with your introduction, you can tell that interviewer that first of all, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity for introduction, and then you can start. But at the end, this particular point, what is the meaning? What is attractive end basically to your answer? Yes, yes. Anything else? Anyone else? Okay, I will tell now. Okay, basically attractive end, what do I mean by that? You need to understand whenever you are going through any interview, whether it is a personal interview or a technical interview, usually interviewers do not have fixed kind of questions in mind that I'm going to ask these questions to this student and these questions to these students. They just start like whatever introduction you give, based on your answer and based on your resume, they will start asking you these questions. Now you might have heard about one concept, leading the interview. Leading the interview. So basically what you can do whenever you are giving your answer in personal interview for introduction part, or maybe for the technical interview as well, for the introduction part, the last point that you are going to mention should be that point on which you are expecting a next question. So for example, just to give you an example, suppose if you have done some internship and you want that interviewer to ask you a question on that internship, what you should do, you should have that internship point at the end of your introduction. Why I am saying this, you need to understand usually how is our human behavior. Whatever you are going to say, only the last part that interviewer will be able to remember. Okay, most of the time, because anyhow they take like 30-40 interviews every day, so it will be very difficult for them to remember each and every point you mentioned from the start. So suppose if you want interviewer to ask you question on project or maybe internship, mention that point at the end. So you can mention recently I have completed internship in maybe XYZ company. I was working on this particular project using this particular technology. So what will happen? There will be some chances that interviewer may take that point and he or she will start asking you questions on that. Is it clear, everyone, what I am saying? What is attractive end? Basically, whatever question you want, next question you want, you are giving hint to that interviewer that this is the point and on which I want the next question. So maximum times it may happen. Even if it doesn't happen, at least you have mentioned your point. Is it clear, everyone, whatever I have mentioned so far? Any questions? Yes. I will wait again 10 to 15 seconds. Yes, yes, yes. Any questions so far? Okay, I guess I will continue now. So I hope you have got the idea about introduction part in personal interview. So which are the important parts? First, like this particular part will be basic, where you will mention about name, native place, college name, branch name, university name. These 3 points are important. Yes, thank you, Reddy, for the confirmation. Where you will mention about your technical skills, team skills, and communication skills. These points are again optional. Attractive end is very important. Guys, now some of you may think it is very easy to give introduction. Now those who belong to maybe English medium background, those who have really good presence of mind, they can manage the situation directly during the interview. But those students who have a fear of interview, that you feel that maybe because of your communication skills, you won't be able to perform well during the interviews, I would like to request you only one thing. Whatever points I have mentioned, just write down all the points. Whenever you write down all the points, practice those points in front of mirror, or maybe you can record those points and just check what is the duration, maybe 60 seconds, 90 seconds. And later on, whenever you're ready, like suppose if it is possible, try to give some mock interviews. But if it is not possible, at least make sure you record your answers. Okay, that is again very important. So this is the answer you need to prepare for the personal interview. Okay, now for technical interview, there are not major changes. Okay, as you can check, these points are almost same. But in technical interview introduction, okay, what I want you to do, I don't want you to like waste your time by telling hobbies, your general strengths and all the things. Okay, I want you to focus on your like anyhow, maybe for technical skills you will mention internship, but apart from that, maybe technical workshops, seminars, projects, all the points should be related to the technical part. Okay, so interviewer will get idea about it. You need to prepare two different answers for introduction. Introduction in technical interview will be different. Introduction in personal interview will be different. Introduction in technical interview will be focusing more on your technical skills. Okay. In personal interview, you can mention some of the points related to your personality, maybe hobbies, strengths, as I mentioned. Okay. But the reason why I have kept these two, what we can say, answers separate, because most of the time you are going to have two separate interviews. Technical interview will be separate and personal interview will be separate. In that case, it will help you. Okay, attractive end will be again a common thing. Okay, I hope these points are clear so far. Okay, these two questions I had planned for this particular session, and now whatever general questions you are having, we will be discussing those questions. Okay, like as I mentioned, this will be like placement Pe Charcha. Okay, so whatever general questions you are having, maybe in Hindi, English, whatever you want to ask, you can mention in the chat box. I will be answering them. So earlier Nikhil mentioned कि interview तक नहीं जा पा रहा हूँ. So Nikhil, basically, what is the biggest challenge? Whether apti is your biggest challenge or coding is biggest challenge? Others can also ask your questions. Okay, I will be taking questions one by one, and then maybe in 15-20 minutes we will end the session. And even if you're having any suggestion for the next time, next session, any topic I should take, I will take that topic, and then general question answers we will keep. Yes, guys. Whatever question you are having, maybe you can put into the chat box. We will have a discussion about it. Yes, I will wait for 10 to 15 seconds. Just let me know whatever questions you're having. Or if any particular round is creating challenges for you, like as Nikhil mentioned, interview tak ja nahi raha hu, so basically maybe aptitude ka problem hai ya coding ka problem hai, you can mention in the chat box so we can discuss on it. Coding is a challenge for me. Mansi, can you mention your branch name? And have you already taken any language जिसमें तुम स्टडी कर रही हो? Basic programming, Praveen. Okay. So you have started it, or you have you're still waiting to start, Praveen? And again, a language. जो भी students coding का पूछ रहे हैं, just mention your programming language also, which you have chosen. And branch, so I will get idea about it. Yes, yes, yes. Devmani is asking what other questions can be asked during the HR interview. Basically, other questions will be like your strengths, weaknesses, like apart from introduction, as I mentioned, strength, weaknesses, your hobbies. Why should I select you? Why do you want to join this particular company? Apart from that, like your best moment of your life, worst moment of your life. Tell me about your family background, these kind of questions. And at the end, interviewer may ask you to ask some questions. Okay. If we get a time from next session, I will keep taking some of the questions, so it will help you. CAC Java. Okay. Harshal has also taken CAC. Harshal is also from CAC, I guess. Java. So most of the students have taken Java. Now I'm assuming, guys, that you have already studied the concepts. कि तुम लोगों ने concepts तो already पढ़ लिए हैं, maybe the basic Java, whatever is required, and DSA also. Most of the students are facing a challenge in like practice only, because Java or C or CPP or Python, most of the students have studied that during second year or third year. Some of you might have also studied when you entered into the final year. The problem is lack of practice. So what I would recommend everyone, those who are facing challenge with the coding round, okay, do not expect the biggest or bigger result immediately. I know some of you are having on-campus drives immediately, but suppose if you have just started with the preparation, immediately do not plan for maybe a difficult level lead code problems or maybe hacker rank problems, which are very difficult. Start very slow. What you can do, you can take 2 coding statements every day. Some of the coding statements, I guess, on our, just let me check if I can share the screen. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. So on our dashboard also, we have must do coding questions for the placement. I guess these are around 80 to 100 questions. Okay. Or suppose if you have any other resource as well, that also you can use. Okay. Now, what I'm saying, those students who are facing problem with coding have a target that at least every day you will take 2 coding statements. Those who belong to 2024 and 2023 batch. 2025 batch, you have time. So maybe even if you do 1 coding statement every day, that will be fine. But those who are right now struggling with coding, there are 2 steps that you need to identify. First, जिसमें तुम लोगों को basic पढ़ना है, you will be learning basics of that particular programming language. The problem is whatever trainings you have joined, maybe online training platform you have joined, or maybe offline training you are doing, or maybe you're watching some videos on YouTube. Some students watch the videos like a movie. You need to understand, watching Java or watching programming or aptitude videos, it is not a movie. What you need to do, whatever particular video you are watching, in that video, whatever programming statement that trainer has covered, you need to immediately try that particular coding statement, okay, on your machine. Once you do that, maybe for example, Java, suppose it is having 15 to 18 modules. Suppose then DSC is again having 15 to 18 modules. Whatever questions are part of that particular module, you will be solving it. Once you are ready with those modules, next target will be to at least solve 80 to 100, I'm saying minimum, okay, coding statements. Already on YouTube also you may get those. Already on our website also we have posted that as a blog, okay, for all the different coding statements. The target should be 2 coding statements every day. Without solving 2 coding statements, you should not sleep. If you do this for next 50 to 60 days, definitely your confidence in the coding, okay, for the programming language will improve. The problem is right now students are not taking enough efforts, and at the same time they are complaining that I am not able to clear the coding round. Rather than giving excuses, make sure you are doing a continuous practice. Maybe some of you have started as well. Some of you might have already solved 30, 40 statements. Just continue with it. Okay. Maybe slowly you can start increasing the difficulty level. That will also help you. Okay. Any other question if you're having, you can mention. Praveen, what you are mentioning regarding the campus drive? Others also mention which programming language you have taken or which you have chosen for the placement. So I will get idea. Or if you're having any if you're having any question about some specific company, you can mention. If I have idea about that company, I will share it with you. Or any other general question if you're having, you can ask. Yes. I will wait for 10 to 15 seconds again for your questions. Yes, you can mention about your the language that you have chosen for the preparation. Also, maybe related to aptitude. If you're having any question, you can mention that as well. Yes. Okay, you have taken Python. Okay, got it. Those students, what other questions can be asked into the technical interview round? Sarika, usually technical interview will be focused on your projects, internships, certifications that you have done. Now, there are two things that you need to understand. One is, if you have worked really hard from the last, like first year to final year, you have been participating in a lot of activities, okay? The chances of having interview questions related to that will be higher. Like for example, during your technical interview, if you tell the interviewer that you have developed if you have developed 5 to 6 different type of projects on different technologies, okay, or any single technology that you have taken, so what happens, majority part of your interview will be focused on those projects. I would like to even give you some examples. Some of our masterclass students earlier, like they were having more than 8 to 10 projects. What they used to do on GitHub, they have already uploaded those projects. Some of the projects earlier used, like students earlier used to carry pen drive as well to showcase the projects. So same thing you can do. The students who have developed multiple projects, make sure you carry those projects in any form, maybe in using pen drive if it is offline interview, okay, or maybe you have deployed those projects somewhere. So during your interview, you can tell the interviewer and you can ask if he allows or she allows you for the demo purpose. So if interviewer, technical interview is going to happen for 30 to 50 minutes, okay, maximum part will be focused on projects. Suppose if you do not have specific projects, then what you can do, so if you have done some certifications, maybe it can be anything, any programming language or any latest technology that you have learned, you can mention about it. But you need to understand, whatever certification you are going to mention, you must have good knowledge about it. It is not only about certificate. For example, if you tell the interviewer that like I have completed certification course on Java, and if interviewer starts asking you questions on Java, and if you are not able to answer it properly, then it gives negative impression that you have just enrolled that for that particular course and you got the certificate. Ultimately, skills are important that you need to understand. So whenever you are mentioning about any certifications, in even if you want to mention that in resume, if you have knowledge of that certification, then and then only add those points into resume. That is very important, okay? Apart from that, if you have done any online or offline, like a remote or office-based internship, that will also help. Suppose if you do not have any activities to showcase, in that case, interviewer may start with any subject, okay? Maybe he or she will ask you which is your favorite programming language or in which language you are comfortable. Then maybe he will go to DSA, maybe database. So such things may happen, okay? But the better thing is to have multiple projects, to have internship or certifications. But for a final year student, current 2024 batch student or 2023 batch students, you do not have sufficient time to do or focus on projects right now, okay? So in that case, make sure you do a proper what we can say study of foundation part, like programming language, DSA, DBMS. So that should be your priority, okay? Mansi is asking, what are the questions for project? Basically, for project, they may ask you about your contribution, like what was your role for the project. At that time, make sure you are not just mentioning out the documentation, okay? Whatever part you have taken for the project, whatever module you have developed in for that particular project, you can mention that. Apart from that, interviewer may ask you what was the reason to take that particular project, what was the scope or what is the scope of that project, which technologies you are using in that particular project, okay? In some situation, some technical questions can also be asked. Just to give you idea, some of our students, you are like, for them, interviewer ask them about the database connection, like some module, like coding for that particular module as well, okay? So it may also happen. You need to be ready, like completely ready with your projects. Whatever projects you have developed during your second year also, you need to be ready with them. Because what happens for a 2024 batch student, as you are in final year, your final year project just might have started, right? You may not have started with coding as well. Maybe just you have taken one idea right now and you are starting with it. So interviewer may ask you about the project in detail for your second year or third year academic or maybe hobby projects that you have developed. So please make sure you do not take those projects, earlier projects, lightly. Prepare it really well. If those projects are part of your resume, you need to prepare really well, okay? Please give some concepts on cloud computing in Accenture exam. Already, for that, we have already uploaded some of the videos for Accenture cloud computing related questions. On YouTube, there are some videos. If you want paid information, it is paid courses. Those are available on our website as well. Okay. How much can a fresher expect through TCS NQT? And can we get a job through TCS NQT? I guess you're asking about paid NQT, right? I will take that question in some time. Capgemini on campus will be on October 2nd week in my campus. Can you start classes and pattern for the test? Yes, we are going to start about it. Okay, Capgemini specific training. Already some students have mentioned about it. I will just need 1 or 2 days for that. And for Super 40 and Masterclass batch students, we will start with the Capgemini specific training. We have some free videos on YouTube as well. Capgemini usually asks, I will just give you details. As per the previous year pattern, what they used to ask pseudocode, then the verbal ability round, then the game-based aptitude. Capgemini will not ask you question on quantitative and logical. As per the last year pattern, we need to wait for this year pattern. Like if there are any changes, I will update you through YouTube and Instagram. Okay. So you need to understand there is no point in focusing on quant and logical for Capgemini as they do not ask it. Game-based aptitude is totally new thing. Okay, we already have some videos on YouTube. Some of our videos are like more than 300K views are there because we have created really good videos. Apart from that, for the regular masterclass and super 40 batch students, we have literally 40 to 50 videos for game-based aptitude, and those will be covered during the live sessions as well. So Capgemini specific training will start soon. Now I will answer about the paid TCS NQT part. Okay. Definitely there are different assessment platforms, guys. Okay. AMCAT is there, CoCubes is there, Elitmus is there, then TCS NQT is there. I guess there will be some other platforms as well. What these platforms do, they will take your test. Based on your test score, they will give you opportunities for different jobs. Now, all the platforms are having some advantages and disadvantages, and their exam patterns are also different. What you need to do whenever you want to enroll for any platform, maybe it is TCS paid NQT exam, maybe it is AMCAT, or maybe it is Elitmus, you just need to go to their website and check which are the companies hiring using that particular platform. Now, if it is not a problem if it is not a financial problem for you, I guess the exam charges will be around 800, 1000 or 1200 rupees depending on exam. So suppose 1000 rupees right now, I'm saying if it is not a big amount for you, then you can try attempting that exam anyhow and you can start generating some opportunities. But for a 2024 batch student, if 1000 rupees is extremely high amount right now, depending on your condition right now, okay, then I would suggest you to wait for 4 to 5 months for a 2024 batch student. Okay, there will be some on-campus, off-campus drives which will open. Try those opportunities in the month of January and February. Suppose still if you have not got place, you're not getting opportunities. In that case, try for these exams. 2023 batch student or previous student like 2022 batch students, I would suggest you to take these exams like maybe in this month or next month after you prepare really well. If once you prepare, then only attempt these exams, otherwise you will waste your money. Okay, but for 2024 batch student, as I'm saying, maybe 4 to 5 months you can wait for on campus and off campus exams and then give these exams. Definitely through these exams you will be getting some job opportunities, but it will again depend on score. If you get, for example, in TCS and QT, if you get 70 or 80%, maybe that won't be enough. If you score really well marks, then and then only you will be start getting calls. Also, one very important thing I would like to tell you, make sure you understand their job application process. Last time I had done meeting with TCS and QT director. Maybe some of you might have joined for that meeting on YouTube. Okay, as we are connected with TCS Ion for content partnership. Okay. So during that meeting also, TCS NQT director mentioned those students who give paid NQT exams, some of them do not know how to apply for the jobs. So on their platform, they have a separate job portal where you need to go and apply separately. Companies will not come to you and ask you for the opportunity or give you the opportunity on email. You need to log into their portal, whatever portal it is, maybe AMCAT, maybe Elitmus. You need to go on that portal. Depending on your score, you need to check whether you are eligible for that particular opportunity and you need to apply. Okay. After giving exam, just do not sit at home and wait for the opportunities. Go on that platform and check. Okay. I hope this clears your question. Okay. I'm unable to get a fixed career path. Like I have got a job in company in .NET React JS, but it got delayed due to recession. I'm also interested in data science. So is it best if I go with data science and aim for higher packages? Abhinav, one thing you need to understand, if that job, currently the joining date, if you have not got yet, I guess it will come in next 3 to 4 months. So make sure you do not go away from that particular job opportunity. Wait for that opportunity. Right now, if you have free time, anyhow, if you're already graduated and if you're having free time, so at this particular time you can start with data science, no problem. But don't lose that particular opportunity as well, because what happens for data science as well, okay, you need to understand, for a fresher, immediately you will not get a very high package. Okay, maybe you will start with internship, maybe you will start with low package only. Okay, uh, comparing full stack development and comparing what I can say, data science. Okay, for full stack development, it is comparatively easy to enter into the market for a fresher than data science. Definitely for data science there are opportunities, but if I compare full stack and data science, more opportunities will be there for full stack. But considering Abhinav's situation, that he has already one offer from a company, unfortunately due to recession it has got delayed. Since you have enough time, I would suggest you can continue with data science. Okay, and whenever you actually get a joining, you can continue with that company. Simultaneously you can keep learning data science. Later on, when after 1 year or maybe after 6 months, you get some good opportunities in data science domain, or whatever company you have got placed. Okay, if that company provides you the opportunity, in that case you can continue in that domain. Okay, but please do not go away from the current job opportunity that you have. Though it is delayed, it will come. It will come if it is a good company. Even just to give you idea about one thing, when I graduated back in 2013, my joining was 9 months delayed. Okay, so I graduated back in June 2013. My joining was April 2014 in TCS. So at that time it was usual. At that time it was usual to have 8 months, 10 months late joining. Okay, but nowadays what has happened, from last 1 to 3 years, students usually get immediate joining. That is the reason students from 2023 batch are getting panicked. Okay, don't panic. Okay, if that particular company is good company, maybe due to projects they are just delaying. Okay, Abhinav, I guess in that case you don't need to worry. Okay, they are just delaying maybe because of some project requirements. Okay, but as I mentioned, wait. Okay, right, just to give you idea, when we had our joining late, Amit, my co-founder, also had the joining late. During those 9 months time only, we started our venture. Okay, which we are continuing right now. So good things will also happen. Wait for that. Okay, Sharvari is asking about off campus. Sharvari, right now more off campus may open for 2023 batch. 2024 batch usually will have off campus in the last semester or once you graduate. But considering the current market situation, big companies have not started yet with the off campus. Usually what used to happen, whenever a batch used to get graduated, for example 2022 batch, then I'm just giving example. Okay, after that Capgemini, TCS, Infosys or Accenture used to conduct the off campus drive for the students who just get graduated. But right now for 2023 batch, such big off-campus exams have not launched yet. There are few small scale, medium scale companies who are conducting exams. Okay, so same thing will happen. Right now, guys, you will not get big opportunities from big companies. Okay, multinational companies may not launch big drives. There will be some offers from the small scale, medium scale companies, but these companies will expect very high skills from you. Okay, you need to be ready with it. Is recession completed? We cannot say about it completely, but it is expected to get better. The situation is expected to get better in next 8 to 9 months. Okay, Sanjeevani, for free TCS NQT, everyone is waiting. Okay, so as per, I had a discussion with couple of training placement officers as well. Some of them are saying now October mid or October end. We are also waiting for it. Okay. I got this opportunity too, but they didn't properly conduct internship too. Okay. Abhinav, in that case, maybe once you can connect with your training and placement officer, or if any senior you have in that particular company, check what is their usual process. So you may get some other information. Also, I'm not saying you to do not apply for other companies. You need to apply for other companies as well. Okay. But right now, do not reject the offer. If they give you the joining date, I have seen some student, like for example, if the package is 3 or 4 LPA, students are directly rejecting it. Okay, don't do that. Okay, whatever offer you get, make sure you start your career. Shikha is asking about the Super 40 batch. Okay, Super 40 batch, we are going to start from 5th October, 6th October. So Super 40 batch as well as the regular masterclass batch is going to start from 6th October. I will just go to the Uh, Abhinav, I will cover your doubt. First, I will cover Shika's doubt and then I will come to your question as well. Okay. Now, basically, guys, the content that we cover into the regular masterclass and the content we cover into the Super 40 batch is same, but there is a difference in the approach and the personal mentorship. So whenever you join Talent Battle, you will be getting aptitude lectures, programming with DSA, then multiple projects will be there. Okay, different things, whatever you need for aptitude, coding, DSA, DBMS, interview preparation, company specific training, latest technology, everything is available on the dashboard. As I mentioned, the batch is going to start from 6th of October. The difference between Super 40 batch and the regular masterclass is in Super 40 batch, you get individual attention. Okay, you get personal mentorship. There will be weekly calls that you will be having. And the best part about the Super 40 batch, you get mandatory internship. Okay, you get 4 months of internship. Usually for the final year student, the internship is mandatory during their last semester. So you will be working on the real time projects that we are currently having at Talent Battle, and you will be getting that opportunity. And definitely certificate of the internship will be provided. Apart from that, the content that we'll be having for Super 40 batch as well as the regular masterclass will be same. Okay. Now, we are 5 students. Can we get discount for Super 40? Definitely, Shikha. Already, I have added one particular discount coupon code. Okay, over here you can check Super 40. But suppose if you are 5 students, you can use our buddy offer as well. Okay, so buddy offer is basically when students join in multiple numbers. If there are 2 or more than 2 students, you can use the buddy offer. Just send us message on our website, or you can send us message on WhatsApp as well. Our team will help you. Himanshu is saying, what would I do? I am totally disturbed. Himanshu, are you from 2023 batch? Oh, okay, 2024 batch study. Will I get a job because no company had came in my college till today? Himanshu and all other students, whether you belong to 2023 or 2024 batch, you need to understand, you need to have patience. Right now, I know the situation is very challenging, but it is challenging for everyone. That you need to understand. The situation is expected to become better in next 8 to 10 months. Okay, but you cannot just give up. Similar situation was there back in 2008 2009. Okay, when we started engineering at that time. I can totally understand what is your situation. Maybe very few students are getting placed. Maybe you are looking at some students who are getting maybe 15 LPA, 20 LPA, 25 LPA, but those numbers are very less. Okay, you need to understand overall market situation is not that encouraging, but that does not mean you should stop with your preparation. I am telling you with full confidence right now, for next 4 to 5 months, if you focus on your learning, there won't be a situation that you will just sit at home. Okay, there won't be situation. Those students who are going to work really hard on the skills, whether you will get into small scale company or maybe medium scale company, maybe internship or maybe full-time job, you will get the opportunity. Let me tell you very honestly, those students right now, some of the students who are still waiting for the opportunity from 2023 batch, if you really have got good skills, there will be there will be some small scale companies who will be looking for the job opportunity, who will be looking for the candidates. But one thing you need to understand, small scale companies expect a really good knowledge. If you compare TCS, Infosys, Accenture, Capgemini, Cognizant kind of companies, if you are little bit weak in technical, maybe that is fine for them. But whenever you go for a small scale company, which is having maybe 10 members or 15 employees in that particular company, they will not they will not accept any candidate who is below par in the technical skills. Okay. So all the students, 2024 batch students, I can understand right now you are not having really good environment. Okay. But you need to focus on your learning. Just give yourself 4 to 5 months, prepare really well. Maybe those students who are having problem with the criteria as well. Make sure you focus on one latest technology like full stack development. It will open a lot of opportunities, I am saying. Okay. Even there are many internship opportunities already available in the full stack development, but the problem is students do not have sufficient skills. Also, one thing I would like to tell all the students, even if you start very small, even if you start with 3 LPA, 4 LPA, please accept that offer. Okay, don't be into that mindset. I will only accept the offer if I'm getting 15 LPA, 20 LPA. Right now, the market conditions are not that encouraging. If you get 15 LPA, 20 LPA, that is great. But if you're not getting that particular opportunity, at least start your career. I'm saying this for 2023 and previous batch. And even for 2024, if your college is not having multiple opportunities. Okay. When will Talent Battle refer companies for Masterclass students? Utkarsha, for that we have started TBRQT exam. If you're part of Masterclass, you may have got idea about it. So TBRQT exam is basically Talent Battle referral qualifier test that we have taken. So last month we started with it. We have already conducted 2 exams for it. One is full stack development, and recently we have conducted Java exam. So why we started with the Talent Battle referral qualifier test exam? Because what used to happen, usually referrals that we get for those companies, opportunities are less in count. Okay, maybe 3 openings or 5 openings. And what happens, those students who are not ready with the preparation, they also appear for it, and ultimately companies do not get the quality candidates. So for that reason, we started internally with the exam Talent Battle referral qualifier test, which is available for Masterclass students as well as Super 40 batch students. Once you attempt that particular exam, based on the criteria, for example, full stack development exam we had in September 1st week, around like 50% of the students who crack that particular exam, they are going to have interviews now. We have sent them interview emails. So whenever they will give you, they will give the interviews based on their score, they will be getting the opportunities. So Utkarsha and all the Masterclass students or Super 40 batch students or the students who are going to join in the future, okay, there will be some referral opportunities from Talent Battle, but for that you need to study. If you study well, if you perform, if you create projects, whatever we are going to tell you, if you follow that, you will be getting opportunities from our side. But it won't be like served on platter kind of thing. Okay, like we are just directly posting all the opportunities, referral opportunities, I am saying, into the group. Because what happens, students who are not preparing, they also try to apply, and then companies do not like that. That is the reason we have kept this particular test, and already some students have cracked that test. They are going to appear for the interviews as well. Okay. How could we know about the off-campus hiring opportunities? Anjali, we post those opportunities through our Instagram, as well as I will just go to our Instagram channel as well. On Instagram, you can check, we keep on posting about the various off-campus opportunities. Also on YouTube, also we keep on updating those opportunities. Now guys, you also need to understand one thing. Some companies have started taking competitions, and through competition you will get a job opportunity. So today itself, I have uploaded one video on YouTube, okay, regarding EY exam, okay, EY Techathon, okay. So you can join such competitions. If you perform really well, you will be getting pre-placement opportunities from those companies, okay. So that will also help. So I guess it is almost 1 hour, okay, that we have covered this particular session. If you're having any question, you can keep sending, you can send the messages into the chat box, or later on you can connect with us on our Instagram channel as well. So we have different channels for 2024, 2025 and 2023 batch. I know right now the condition is very tough for 2023 and 2024 batch students, but you need to have patience, guys. Please do not give up. Just make sure you are focusing on the preparation. Other things will fall into the place that you need to understand. Please do not give up on the preparation. Those students who have not started yet, please start with the preparation. The worst thing will be you have not prepared and there are very less opportunities. Okay. For 2021 and previous batches, what used to happen, there used to be multiple opportunities. So students with the average kind of preparation also were getting the offers. But for 23-24 batch students, already the opportunities are less. So you need to make sure you are absolutely ready with the preparation, whether it is aptitude, coding, DSA, DBMS, your interview preparation, your knowledge about the projects, latest technology. You need to be ready with it. Okay. There are multiple resources. Maybe you want to use YouTube, you can do that. If you want to join our regular masterclass or Super 40 batch, you can join that as well. Ultimately, you need to have a proper plan. direction for your placement, which is very important. Okay. So I will take a last question if there is any, and then I will end the session. And then again, next week, we will keep this particular activity. Okay. Just from today, have a target. Those students earlier mentioned regarding coding problem. Okay. Have a target of 1 or 2 coding questions like you will solve every day. If you solve it, maybe if you want to check the solution, you can check the solution and then attempt that particular question on your laptop or on your machine, but at least solve 1 or 2 questions. Before that, you need to have knowledge. So maybe Java, CPP, Python, C, whatever language you want to choose. First, learn that particular language and then start with the coding statements. Okay. Any other question, guys? Any other question? Okay, so this is, I guess we have completed 1 hour. Okay, so that's good to start with. Okay, I will end this particular session. I hope you have liked this particular interaction session. In future also, I will try to keep the same sessions. If you want to connect with us, you can send us message on Instagram. If you want to join any of our batch, I will later on. I have, I guess, added the link of Super 40 batch and regular masterclass into the description section, and coupon code is also added over there. Okay. So with this, I will end this particular meeting. All the best, guys, for the preparation. Please don't give up. Okay. Please don't lose hopes. Just have patience. Okay. Just make sure you continue with your preparation. Thank you, guys. I will end this meeting now. Thank you.